Jerry Dulac has reported that the Steelers are potentially ready to go in a different direction if Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign. I took this as such. The Steelers are trying to make it known that while they are waiting this out, they are growing impatient. And I don't think that's a secret, to be honest. But just like the Vikings being all in on J.J. McCarthy, the Steelers had to make some sort of public statement and say, we need it to be known that Aaron Rodgers is our top choice, but the dude is dragging us along for just a little bit too long. And we're starting to get a little irritated by the matter. I don't know what those backup options are. I would guess, this is just a guess, that Jameis Winston's on that list, that a rookie quarterback in the first round is high on that list, that Mason Rudolph's on that list, and Russell Wilson is still in consideration, and he wants to come back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are open to that, but there have also been names floated out there like Joe Flacco that I know Steelers fans are going to lose their mind over if that were to happen, who, as crazy as it sounds, might hold a little bit of ground over Russell Wilson. Just a slight, tiny bit of ground over Russell Wilson. That's how the Steelers are on Russ, that they are just not in on Russell Wilson, but they look at those two names. But again, that's where it goes with leverage. The Steelers are ready to move on, but they don't have anywhere to go. They have nowhere to go right now. And because of that, Aaron's just looking at it going, go ahead, dude. Go sign Jameis Winston. If I call you in a month, you're still going to sign me because you're not going to want Jameis Winston to be your starting quarterback. If I called you in August, you'd sign me. You sure as hell would sign me because you're not going to want Mason Rudolph or Jameis Winston or third-round pick Quinn Ewers to be your starting quarterback in 2025. They have no leverage, but they are making things public, and that's how I view the Dulac situation. Meanwhile, the Vikings are making it public, and Aaron Rodgers is looking at it going, I don't care, dude. This was the same thing a week ago. Nothing's changed. I get it. I know who J.J. McCarthy is. The second that J.J. walks in the building and he's a little bit underweight, the Vikings are going to call me. I don't see this ending anytime soon. Do you feel differently? Is there a name I missed in these potential replacements that the Steelers could be going after?
No, I think we ran down the list of sufficient, I guess we use that term lightly, sufficient replacements for the Aaron Rodgers saga as the Steelers stand right now. But I think the big thing with this entire situation is if there is one word that you could use to describe Omar Khan, it's patient. He's been patient in a lot of situations, but it's been headlined right now by this Aaron Rodgers saga. But last year with the Brandon Ayuk saga, why were the Steelers the last team in on Brandon Ayuk before he decided to go back to the San Francisco 49ers? Because everybody else got tired of waiting. Omar Khan said, you know what, that's fine. I'll sit here and I'll wait. And eventually it'll be me or it'll be the 49ers. And there will be a decision to be made. And they're hoping that the Steelers end up winning out in that decision. It didn't happen last year. And there's a chance it doesn't happen this year. So that patience might end up biting Omar Khan in the butt for a second consecutive offseason. And while I think what he has done in his de facto 2.5 years as general manager for the Steelers has been overwhelmingly positive, the quarterback situation is one where you look at it and you say, there's a lot of concerns right here. And if he doesn't have the willingness to walk away from the table, to walk away from Aaron Rodgers, then he has no upper hand. We all know that this is on Aaron Rodgers' time. I should have made a t-shirt about this, the amount of times I've said that we are on Aaron Rodgers' time the past 9 days. Omar Khan has to be willing to walk away from the negotiating table and willing to walk away from Aaron Rodgers. Unfortunately, the options outside of Rodgers are slim to none. And when you look at the free agent crop, it's looking like you're probably better off walking into the draft with Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson as your 1-2, and you're hoping somebody that you draft can start to work up that ladder as time goes on.
I agree. I think the Steelers are learning a very valuable lesson in this situation, and that is you rode the roller coaster too long. I doubt that in Mike Tomlin's tenure, he will ever, which I don't know if he's going to get to the end of another franchise quarterback. That's hard to do, to go through 2 of them, where he's going to look at it and say, dude, I will never hold on to somebody too long again and not allow me to have a backup plan and to change things. And Aaron's doing that. Like, in my opinion, Aaron is completely restructuring the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they have hit a point where this is no longer, we're the Steelers, you want to come to us, let's go win some. And even whether or not it's the biggest name available or not, Russ shows up, he wants to play for the Steelers. I'm ready to go. I'm embracing this. Aaron Rodgers is letting it very well be known, dude, you operate on Aaron Rodgers time. I'm Aaron Rodgers. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers. I get to choose things around here. Not you. I'm the captain now. That's what Aaron Rodgers is saying. And I think it's teaching the Steelers, do not ever get in this situation again. The fact that you are in this situation needs to end immediately, which they are. That's the other part of like drafting a quarterback early, is I think this whole situation has put the Steelers in a place where they are more eager than excited. They are just like, give me a quarterback that is going to be here for 10 years. I'm done waiting. I can't do it anymore. We can't go through another offseason of Aaron Rodgers. I think that's where the Steelers are. And again, I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if it's going to force them to make a dumb decision in the NFL draft. I have no idea. What I do know is that this is not ending the way the Steelers wanted it to end. And it has gone on so long that they have to, like me, you, and 15, 20,000 people that are watching this show, okay, are all going to look at it and say, this is annoying. This is lasting too long. What is going on? I could not even imagine being Omar Khan or Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? You go to bed at night, you're just saying, I might wake up to some Aaron Rodgers news. Omar Khan is probably taking as much caffeine as humanly possible, saying, I can't miss a call because the darkness retreat might end at 2 a.m. We have no idea. And that's where, like, I couldn't imagine being the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, being Omar Khan, but that's, again, they put themselves in this situation, and I think they're learning from it. And I think it could force them to make some dumb decisions, but I do think it's going to force them to make different decisions moving forward. And they are not going to ride the veteran roller coaster any longer after 2025, except for our boy, Mason Rudolph, who will be on the roster probably forever. I hope forever. I hope he retires a Pittsburgh Steeler and then floats off into the sunset. And I've always joked that I think he'd be the perfect candidate for The Bachelor, because he's a former quarterback, good-looking dude, Southern guy, feels like he fits the brand. Feel like he'd do pretty well. So I hope he carries off that dream of mine for him and finishes it in Pittsburgh.